Welcome to Cosmic Compass, the channel where we journey through the mysteries of space and the stories that shape our understanding of the universe. Together, we'll explore the science, the history, and the future of space exploration. Today, let's uncover why a single rocket launch has been called a turning point for humanity's path to the stars. This past weekend, history was made. For the first time in nearly a decade, astronauts lifted off from American soil on a mission to the International Space Station. At first glance, you might wonder what's so special about this flight. After all, the ISS is only a few hundred kilometers above Earth. But let's look closer at why this launch truly matters. The first reason is simple. The United States is back in the game. Since 2011, when the Space Shuttle program came to an end, no astronaut has departed for space from American territory. Instead, NASA relied entirely on Russia's Soyuz spacecraft. During that gap, every American astronaut heading to the ISS had to begin their journey in Kazakhstan, riding on Russian rockets, and that access came at a steep cost. In 2007, NASA paid just over $21 million per seat. By the 2010s, that figure had ballooned to $86 million. Russia had a monopoly, and with it the power to raise prices. For almost 10 years, the United States lacked independent human spaceflight capability. Imagine the frustration the nation that once led humanity to the moon was now purchasing seats, like passengers, on a foreign airline. This is why the latest launch is not just symbolic, but a strategic turning point. It represents the end of a long dependence and the start of a new era. The second reason is perhaps even more transformative. NASA chose to bring in private companies to design and build the next generation of crewed spacecraft. This decision wasn't just about innovation, it was about competition cost and sustainability. Take SpaceX, for example. Their Crew Dragon capsule carried by the Falcon 9 rocket offers a seat to space for about $55 million, already far cheaper than Russia's Soyuz. But that's only the beginning. Thanks to reusable boosters, SpaceX expects to reduce prices even further, potentially to as little as 10 to 20 million per seat in the future. Boeing, another contractor, is developing its own spacecraft, the CST-100 Starliner. Their initial costs will be higher, around $90 million per seat, but competition should eventually push those numbers down. This rivalry is healthy for space exploration. The more affordable it becomes to launch people into orbit, the more missions we can expect. Think about what that means. More astronauts conducting experiments on the ISS, more engineers testing new technologies, and eventually more opportunities to prepare for deeper journeys into the solar system. So when we celebrate this milestone, we're not just applauding a rocket launch, we're witnessing the rise of a new model for human spaceflight, one where government agencies and private companies push each other forward, lowering costs and expanding possibilities. Of course, NASA is not stepping back from building rockets of its own. The Space Launch System, or SLS, is designed for much more than ferrying astronauts to low Earth orbit. This is a heavy lift vehicle intended to send large payloads and eventually humans far beyond the Earth to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. But the cost difference is staggering. Each SLS launch, once you factor in development expenses, could exceed $2 billion. Compare that to SpaceX's Falcon Heavy, which Elon Musk has claimed can launch for about $150 million. To put that in perspective, $2 billion is enough to build multiple skyscrapers or fund several blockbuster movies. By contrast, Falcon Heavy can do the job for a fraction of the cost. Yes, SLS can carry more, up to 130 tons versus Falcon Heavy's 70. But is that extra capacity worth a tenfold increase in price? That's the question many are asking. It's still early days. Reliability, performance, and long-term goals will decide which path proves most successful. But what we see already is that private industry is demonstrating an ability to compete and in some ways outperform traditional government programs. What matters most is that we now have options. For the first time in decades, human spaceflight is no longer tied to a single program or a single country. Multiple rockets, capsules and companies are competing to prove themselves, and that competition drives progress. Lower prices mean more opportunities, more experiments and more missions. It means that in the years ahead, we could see humanity step beyond low Earth orbit with greater regularity. Imagine what this decade could hold. Could a return to the moon? The first steps toward Mars? Perhaps even the possibility that ordinary citizens, people like you, might one day buy a ticket to orbit. This launch is more than a headline. It's a glimpse of the future one, where access to space is broader, more sustainable and filled with potential. So congratulations to SpaceX and NASA for this historic milestone, and good luck to Boeing, to the teams working on SLS, and to every space agency around the world striving toward the next frontier. Together, let's make this decade unforgettable for space exploration. Before we finish, a special thank you to those who make videos like this possible, our supporters, members and patrons. Your contributions keep Cosmic Compass reaching for the stars. If you'd like to support our journey and gain access to exclusive perks, you can find links in the description below. Every bit of help goes a long way. And for our Portuguese-speaking audience, we're proud to announce that we've recently launched a dedicated channel. Be sure to check it out. Until next time, keep looking up. The universe is vast, and we've only just begun to explore it together. That's it for today's journey. If you enjoyed this exploration, let's continue it together. Subscribe to Cosmic Compass and join us as we navigate the wonders of the cosmos. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe private industry will lead the way into deep space, or will government programs remain at the helm? Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep your eyes on the skies, because the universe always has more to reveal.